It is match day 27 in the Scottish Premiership, but more importantly, it is the first match day in almost 2 years where Rangers go into the weekend ahead of Celtic. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football for the Spfl preview show. Really looking forward to this weekend's action. Lots at stake in the top flight. You've got Rangers and Celtic obviously competing for that number one spot, but we also have a big relegation clash between Ross County and Livingston. Livingston, if they can beat Ross County, go level on points. If they lose to Ross County, the gap goes back to 6. And I would go as far as saying I think if Livingston do lose to Ross County, they're probably down. A draw would leave it hanging in the balance. A win for Livy obviously leaves it wide open. Celtic, by the time they play, could be playing catch-up against Rangers. Rangers have a chance to go 5 points clear. Celtic could possibly remain 5 points behind based on current form, not playing well. They've struggled against Motherwell in recent games. I think we've got a lot to talk about here, but first we will start in League 2, and we will look at the League 2 table.
Yeah, it's been a long wait, it's been a long week. No midweek action this week, apart from odd wee games in League 1 and League 2. So let's start at League 2 and talk about it. Stenhousemuir are top. It's the worst league, and there's not much happening.
Although, according to Joe Biden, it's the best league, so...
well, I don't like Joe Biden. He also complains about ice cream prices, even though he's the one that puts them there.
I know he likes to sniff kids, but if he thinks League 2 is the best league, I think he's been sniffing glue. Anyway, let's talk about it. So, Stenhousemuir, 15 points ahead. What can we really say? Stenhousemuir's won it. Clyde are likely down, and let's just look at the fixtures.
Let's just look at the fixtures and give our predictions. If Dumbarton take on Stranraer, so I'm going to go... Wait, what's it? 2 o'clock? That's a weird one. I'm going to go Dumbarton 1-0.
I'm going to go Dumbarton to win this one by 2-1. Not sure why it's 2 o'clock kickoff. Maybe we'll give you a bit more information on that once we find it.
I've got sources on the ground, so... Actually, no idea why. I believe they do this the odd time.
Wait, no idea why it's 2 o'clock, or no idea why we've got sources?
Either way, I have no idea why I've got sources. I didn't put it in motion.
Anyway, 3 o'clock kickoff with East Fife taking on Forfar Athletic. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Forfar win.
I'm going to go 1-0 East Fife.
Have you noticed every week we just seem to spew out predictions and it doesn't really lead to anything?
Aye.
I think that needs to change. Next season we'll maybe
write them down or something.
Peterhead versus Elgin City. I'm going for Peterhead to try and put some pressure on Stranraer. Don't think it'll be a lot, but I think they'll win here. I'm going to go 2-0 Peterhead.
I'm going to go 0-0.
0-0, interesting. Not a lot of goals then. Stenhousemuir versus Clyde. It's top versus bottom. It's not looking good for Clyde. I don't see how they get anything out of this game. I'm going to go Stenhousemuir 4, Clyde City 1.
I'm going to go 5-1, Stenhousemuir.
And I'm going to go the Spartans and Bonnyrigg Rose to play out a 2-2 draw.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Right, let's move on to League 1. And Falkirk, after that victory last week against Hamilton, are going to win the league. It is what it is. Hamilton had to win in order to have any chance of stopping them. They could have brought the gap down to what? As little as 8 points had they won. But they didn't. And now they're truly screwed. They ain't going to catch Falkirk. The league is done. It's over. Gap's too big. And unfortunately, unfortunately, if you want to see it go to the wire, but if you're a Falkirk fan, then you'll be happy to see your team lift the trophy.
It's good for Scottish football seeing Falkirk back up.
It is. In regards to the other teams, is there a particular team here you would like to see earn promotion to the Championship? Or do you want to see just Falkirk go up? Or is there another team here that you think would be good in the second flight of Scottish football?
I don't know. I look at them all and apart from Falkirk, they are all a bit diddy.
What about Hamilton?
No, I don't like Hamilton.
You don't?
No.
Is it because we're fucking Hamilton?
That's pretty much it. Remember that last pre-COVID game where they beat Rangers 1-0 at IBROX?
That was great, wasn't it?
It was brilliant, mate. I read a laugh.
Alloa Athletic, though, Montrose, all chasing for a playoff spot. Cove Rangers as well. Kelty Heart. I mean, this is close. It could go down to the wire. I mean, I wouldn't rule it probably as far down as... Who would you say? Maybe Queen of the South?
I will go as far as that.
Or maybe even Stirling Albion if they can get a win.
Game in hand.
We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's move on then to the fixtures. Cove Rangers versus Annan Athletic. I'm going to go 2-1 Cove.
I'm going to go 2-1 Cove as well.
Hamilton Academical versus Alloa Athletic. I'm going to go 2-0 Hamilton at New Douglas Park.
I'm going to go 3-1 Hamilton.
Kelty versus Falkirk. Falkirk yet to lose in the league this season. I think they will continue that. However, I think Kelty Hearts will get a draw. I'm going to go 1-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 Falkirk.
Stirling Albion taking on Edinburgh City. Edinburgh City need to win. Well, do they really need to win? They're already down. I'm going to go Stirling Albion 3-1.
6-0.
And then at Palmerston Park at 5:30, it is a BBC Alba exclusive. Queen of the South taking on Montrose. I am going to go 2-2 between Queen of the South and Montrose.
I'm going to go 1-1 on BBC Alba.
BBC Alba. Right, let's move on to the championship table then. And let's have a look at it. All of a sudden, we do have a title fight. Not that it was over, but some people were speculating that Dundee United were going to run away with it. And that if Dundee United had defeated Raith Rovers, it would have been all over. I mean, I can almost accept that, but they didn't beat Raith Rovers. In fact, Raith Rovers won with a late goal. A screamer it was from Scott Brown as well. So, about to say Jordan Brown. Scott Brown, remember the name. And he scored a screamer. He got Raith Rovers the win. The gap is now down to 1 point. It is so fucking tight here that it really could go down to the wire. I hope that Partick Thistle can also make it interesting and get stuck in there. Greenock Morton having a great season after looking like they were going to go down at the beginning. They've got themselves into 4th and they have a decent gap over the chasing pack as well. So, I mean, can the top 4 be caught? I mean, possibly. Airdrieonians have only played 22 games, so they have 2 games in hand over some teams. 1 game in hand over Greenock Morton. I think it's going to be tight. There's some places up for grabs. Unfortunately, I don't see Arbroath getting out of the relegation zone. And, yeah, the title fight's going to go down to the wire, I think. I believe the playoff positions could go down to the wire. It's a close league, and also the non-automatic relegation spot, the playoff relegation spot, could be tight too. Numerous teams could end up finishing in that 9th spot.
Absolutely. So let's go into the fixtures and see what it's got to behold us, as we've got Friday action every week. I like the fact you get a wee game on Friday.
Friday, Partick.
It always delivers.
Partick Thistle versus Dunfermline. Will you be there?
I won't be there, but I'll be watching it.
That's good enough for me.
Will Blair McNally be there? That's his team, Partick Thistle. I'm sure if there's anything happening in the crowd, he'll be first on it.
He'll be there.
He'll be first responder.
To dish out refunds.
Nino.
Don't phone the police, phone fucking Blair McNally so he can get some clout online.
It's Alan McNally. Remember him?
Aye. Partick, what do you mean remember him? I can hardly forget the guy.
No, but I'm talking about FIFA. It used to be FIFA 13. This guy would come through. And he's missed it!
Oh, no. Anyway, I'm going to go Partick Thistle 3, Dunfermline 1.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4-1 Partick Thistle. Dunfermline or men's Partick Thistle score for fun. There you go.
Arbroath versus Inverness. If Arbroath are going to get out of this situation, they probably need to win this. I'm actually going to go 2-1 Arbroath.
I'm going to go 0-0. But they need to win it, don't they? So, you know what? They need to better Dunfermline's result.
Well, I think they've got a chance of doing it this weekend.
No, so do I. I mean, Dunfermline away, Arbroath at home. Good chance.
Ayr United versus Raith Rovers. I hope Raith Rovers win to keep the pressure on Dundee United. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go 2-1, but this could be a tight game.
Battle of Scott Browns.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised which way it goes. I'll go 2-1 Raith Rovers.
I'll go a win for Scott Brown, 2-1. Which one, though? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Dundee United taking on Queen's Park. I'm going to go with Dundee United to win this game by 2-0. I think Queen's Park will get the win, and I think they'll remain top of the table.
What, you mean Dundee United?
That's not what I said, no?
You've seen Queen's Park.
They definitely won't be top of the table.
For whom the bell tolls. Yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 Dundee United.
Fair enough. Greenock Morton taking on Airdrieonians. The two form teams. Airdrie, if anyone's going to catch Greenock Morton for 4th place, you feel like it would be Airdrieonians.
They need to avoid defeat if they're going to catch them.
Yeah, they don't want to lose this game. I'm going to go 2-2.
I think the sake of the league needs Airdrie to get a result here.
Aye, they do. The rest of the chasing pack will be desperate for Airdrie
I'm going to go 0-0.
Take points off of Greenock Morton. You're going 0-0, I'm going 2-2, but we're all going for a draw at the end of the day. And now we can move on to the Premier League. Let's have a quick look at the table. How's the table looking for you? Do you like the look of that table?
Fantastic. I like I'll not get used to that.
Have you screenshotted it yet?
Well, no, I mean, I will get used to that. I've screenshot every day of the week.
Oh, yeah, so Rangers currently top, 2 points ahead of Celtic. Hearts in 3rd with 51. Is it a 3-way title fight? Is it a 2-way title fight? Or do Rangers already have this locked up.
Rangers don't have it locked up, right? But I admire Ewan Cameron's optimism that if Hearts just go to IBROX and win, defeat Hibs and then beat Celtic like it's a piece of piss, they're in a title fight. Like, I kind of agree with him. I think if they win all 3 of those games and they get within like 9 or less than 10 points, you've got to say, well, you know what? They've just went and beat Rangers at IBROX, they've beat Celtic and they've beat Hibs. But he says it like it's easy.
Yeah, but my problem is, next 3 games are the hardest games Hearts will play all season. Hearts could win those 3 games, and if Rangers just win their following 2, then Rangers are still going to be 10 points in front. And then at that point, you've only got, 9 games left? I'm just not seeing how Rangers would drop 9.
But Rangers are away to Killie next as well.
Yeah, but look, we're in a situation for Hearts to win this league. Rangers would need to start delivering Celtic kind of form, and Hearts would pretty much need to win their last remaining 12 games.
Could you imagine?
No, it's all good. It's all nice saying Hearts are in a title. They're not, okay? I'm a Hearts fan. Hearts are not in a title race.
Could you imagine on the 3rd of March, right? Rangers have lost back-to-back games. Celtic have picked up 1 point against Dundee and Motherwell, and Hearts are going into a game at Tynecastle where if they beat Celtic, they'll go within like 7 points of the Old Firm.
Well, that would be great. I just don't see it happening.
Yo, it's a lot, but yeah, it's not going to happen. But Hearts will be kicking themselves for the start of the season. All the ingredients are there. They've got a decent team and they've got the best goal scorer in the league.
They do. Let's talk about the teams just below Hearts. So, Kilmarnock, St Mirren, Dundee. I said last week that I believed these 3 would finish in the top 6, and I stand by that. I think last week the results went pretty damn good. All right, not for St Mirren because obviously they lost. Kilmarnock, though, will be very happy with a point away from home against Celtic, and Dundee picked up a win, while none of the teams chasing them picked up a victory. So I think that Dundee, a 5-point lead over Hibs and Aberdeen, only 8 games left now until the split. Can they hold on? I think it's looking good for Dundee. I know Dundee's only won, 2 at their last 12, but you got to keep in mind the Hibs form, the Aberdeen form, and the Motherwell form, it isn't great. It's not like Dundee's going to have to win a large amount of games here in order to keep 6th place.
No, absolutely not.
8 games left. Dundee have a 5-point lead. I think we could be looking at a situation where if Dundee can win 3 at the last 8 games before the split, they'll get the top 6.
Yeah.
I think, unless they're unlucky and like a Hibs or Aberdeen just going a great run, but I don't think we've seen anything to suggest that's going to happen.
Neil Warnock tweeted like a piece of piss, so it's probably not going to happen either.
Yeah, for me, I think that top 6 remains.
Yep.
Now, Derek McKinn's come out and says that his goal is for Kilmarnock to stay in the top 6 and achieve a top 6 finish. I think he's downplaying things here. I think Kilmarnock now, anything less than 4th, I think for Kilmarnock will be a disappointment. They're not going to catch Hearts, but they must be looking to get that 4th place. Keep in mind, 5th doesn't necessarily get you European football. It depends on who wins the cup. For me, I think Derek McKinn's is downplaying it, and I get it, maybe he wants to take the pressure off, but, I mean, he can't tell me that if Kilmarnock finished 6th behind Dundee, he'd be happy now.
Oh, of course not.
I think it's disingenuous. He's got a 10-point lead over Hibernian, albeit Hibernian have a game in hand, but still, I think for Derek McKinnon to say the priority is to finish top 6, I don't agree with that.
He's talking pish.
I think he's talking pish.
I'd agree with that. I mean, as for the bottom 3, it's pretty much a 2-horse race and a 3-horse race, isn't it?
And why do you say bottom 3 if it's a 2-horse race?
Because I felt sorry for St Johnstone. They're involved in fucking nothing.
Well, they're only 2 points behind Motherwell and 3 behind Hibs and Aberdeen.
May as well be 20 though. Craig Lefine doesn't open his eyes.
They're 8 points behind Dundee and they played a game more. I just don't see how St Johnstone catch Dundee.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't. So
let's look at the fixtures though, because this is where it gets spicy. Is Hibs take on Dundee, and here, if Dundee win and Killie beat Aberdeen, it's done. I think it's over. So I'm actually going to go with Dundee. I'm going to go with Dundee to win 2-1.
You think Dundee go out to Easter Road and get a win?
Yeah. I'm just not buying this good of the club pish from Nick Montgomery.
Nick Montgomery's Hibs haven't won, I believe, in 7 games now, or is it 8 games?
Something like that.
So either 7 or 8. With a defeat at Easter Road, would that put his job in jeopardy?
Absolutely, because the Ember Derby's next.
So you think maybe...
Is the Ember Derby at Tynecastle?
It's... yeah. No, it's Easter Road. Do you think that... I think so. That's Easter Road. So do you think that we could be...
That's definitely in Edinburgh.
Do you think we can... It could be Livingston. Do you think we're a couple of games away from possibly Nick Montgomery getting fired?
Yeah, but maybe Hibs have learned to sack managers, even though I don't rate this guy.
Alright, but just because you made a couple of wrong sackings in the past doesn't mean you can keep the new manager, even if he's a dud.
Well, it's not been awful, has it? Well, it's not been good either.
Well, it's not great, is it? They haven't won in 7. How can you be a big club and not win in 7 games?
Yeah.
That should be a crisis if you haven't won in 7.
Well, I'm going 2-1 Dundee.
You're going 2-1 Dundee. I'm going to go 1-1. I think Dundee might snatch a point here. And I think that Dundee, Tony Docherty, if you offered him a point, I think he'd definitely take it. 100% he'd take it here.
I think he would, yeah.
Moving into the next game, Rugby Park, Kilmarnock versus Aberdeen. I think a point here would be a good result for Kelly, but I think they can get more. I think Kelly should be winning this game. I think they're better than Aberdeen. They're better players than Aberdeen. They're playing as a better team than Aberdeen, and people aren't going to like this, but I'm going to say it. They have a better manager than Aberdeen. Yep. Derek McInnes is better than Neil Warnock. Neil Warnock is very overrated. I know people like him as a character, personality. That's fine. He is entertaining. I'm not going to deny that. But as a manager, he was always overrated, okay? There's a reason why he never got the top jobs. He saved a lot of teams, right? He saved a lot of teams for relegation, and he got a lot of teams promoted. But he also took a lot of teams down, and he also got a lot of teams not promoted.
Yep.
I mean, what's his big accomplishment as a manager? He doesn't really have one.
And still being there.
I do think that Kilmarnock are a better team. I do think Kilmarnock, at the moment, have players that are on better form than Aberdeen. And I just believe that Derek McInnes in 2024 is a superior manager to Neil Warnock. Therefore, I'm going to go Kilmarnock 2, Aberdeen 1.
I'm interested to see what Neil Warnock's going to say about the plastic pitch.
You don't sound very interested.
I'm not. I think Kelly will win easy. I'm 3-0.
3-0?
Aye.
Do you think Neil Warnock's in danger of getting sacked? Or is
he'll last the season.
No matter how bad?
Well, unless they get dragged into a relegation fight or something.
Can that happen?
No. So I think Livy and Ross County won't win enough games for that to happen.
Do you think Neil Warnock will be the manager going into the 2024-2025 season?
No, of course not, no.
Do you think there's any...
signed at the end of the year.
Do you think there's any way he could have been? Do you think if he turned things around in the league?
Unless he gets unlimited life or something.
I'm on about performance-wise.
No, he won't. No, he won't take the job.
You don't think he wants it?
No.
You think he's just here for a wee holiday?
Aye, he just wanted to...
Experience?
Aye.
Get to go to IBROX?
No, that's pretty much it.
Buying a ticket?
He might get there one more time. Aye.
Free bastard?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get there.
I think he's just came to Aberdeen to gift us 3 points at Pataudry.
Well, we'll see how they got on at Celtic. If they play them again.
Aye, they will.
Up next, we have probably the biggest game of the week. It is Rangers at IBROX versus Hearts, the two form teams in the league right now.
I think it's a crucial game. You know why? Because I think if Rangers drop points here and they have to go to Rugby Park on Wednesday, and say Celtic beat Motherwell,
the pressure is on.
And you could see the arse going. But I said it. I think if Rangers beat Hearts and beat Kelly, I think one hand's on the league.
If Rangers beat Hearts and then they draw at Kelly, it's not a disaster. But if Rangers fail to beat Hearts, then they could be going to the Rugby Park, which is very difficult to go to. And then the pressure, all of a sudden, the pressures went from being on Celtic to immediately being back on Rangers, knowing that if they do not go to Kelly and win, there could be a chance that they're back into second place.
Yep.
I don't think that'd be good for Rangers' morale. It took them so long to get into first place. You do not want to give it up within a week or two.
No.
But unfortunately for Rangers, as soon as they get into first place, they're coming up with two of the hardest fixtures. I'd say the two hardest fixtures in the league outside of the Celtic.
Well, put it this way, the next 3 games will decide the league. I think it's quite that simple. Hearts, Shankland could lay the smack down. I mean, he's taking on Rangers and Celtic in a week. Rangers, they take on Hearts here, they take on Kelly during the week. I think after this week, you'll know who will win the league. I think if Rangers win, Celtic could collapse on Sunday. But if Rangers drop points first, that could give Celtic what they need.
Is that what you think, aye?
That's what I think, aye.
Aye.
No, fuck it, I know. Rangers are winning title 56.
You got a score prediction?
3-2 Rangers.
I said to you last week, if you were offered 4 points at the next 2 games, would you take it? And you said no.
Actually, I want 6.
I think 4 points would be a good return.
But I want 6.
I think 4 points guarantees Rangers remain top of the table, considering the goal difference. Just because I don't see Celtic winning the next 2 games like by large scorelines.
Fair enough.
But you want 6?
Even though they're taking on Dundee at home.
Dundee's alright.
Dundee's alright.
Are you bricking it? You think Celtic are going to win the next couple of games by like 4 or 5 nil scorelines?
I'm not saying that, but Hearts will score, Shankland will score, but Rangers are at home. They've been pretty good at IBROX recently. I don't see why they wouldn't.
And they haven't been conceding goals, but you know what? I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go Hearts to get a draw.
So Hearts are shafting me then?
I think Hearts are going to shaft you. I think that I think Rangers will draw, but I do think they'll hold on to top spot come the end of the weekend. Ross County versus Livingston, Global Energy Stadium in Dingwall. Big game. Davy Martindale has come out and said the last 3 years as Livingston manager has been hell, and he's got a chance to go to hell. He's got a chance to climb out, get into purgatory and try and reach for heaven, reach for the skies, reach for that 11th place. Can he do it against Ross County? You know what? I mean, despite Livingston's results lately being piss poor, there's 2 results that we've got to look at. Obviously, the first one is that win against St Mirren. The second one is the comeback in the Cup, which they look down and out in. I think those 2 games could kick Livy on. Ross County, meanwhile, have no positives to look at basically over the past, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. For me, I think Livingston are almost favourites for this match, despite it being away and despite Ross County probably having the better squad and being higher up in the table.
Ignore what he said. It's going to end 0-0. Stick the fucking mortgage on it.
Hold on, I didn't.
No one John McCririck's battering the TV to get Winston's attention. I'm battering the laptop. 0-0. Stick the house on it.
I'm going 1-0 Livingston.
Nah, 0-0 for me.
0-0. I'm going 1-0. Moving on to the next game, St Mirren versus St Johnstone, battle of the Saints.
Saints.
St Mirren, a win consolidates their place in the top 6.
They need to win if they're going to get 4th.
A win for St Johnstone pretty much puts them out of a relegation zone. If St Johnstone can beat St Mirren, all of a sudden they're not looking behind them, but they're looking in front of them.
Exactly.
But if St Johnstone lose, then who knows? I think they're only 3 points in front of County. I mean, St Johnstone could finish this weekend level on points with Ross County. Could happen.
No, it could happen. But I'm going to go St Mirren 3-0.
I'm going to go 2-0. 2-1 St Mirren for me.
Enough. Right, Sunday, Motherwell, Celtic. The league could be won and lost. If Rangers beat Hearts and Celtic drop points in this game, is the league done?
It would be close to done.
Aye.
I think what would the meltdown... Can Brendan Rodgers lose his job this season? Is it possible? Like, what would it take? I mean, are we talking...
It would probably be fall more points behind, lose the next Old Firm, and if they're like 9-10 points behind after the next Old Firm, I think he would be gone.
Can that happen?
Absolutely, I don't see it. Well, I mean, put it this way, if Celtic draw here, it's 4. Rangers beat 5 Rangers and Celtic win during the week, it's still 4. Then they lose to Hearts, which here means Hearts put Celtic close under Ange at Tynecastle with Shankland. So I see no reason why Rangers couldn't be. But this is a massive week, man. It could either be title on or title off. And that's what's important about a title fight. That's what makes it great. That's what makes this must-watch shit.
Must-watch shit. And I think this game will be must-watch. And I think we will watch a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go 1-1, Motherwell 1, Celtic 1. I think they will get a draw. I'm not convinced that Celtic have what it takes to go to Fir Park and get a victory. It's a difficult place to go to. They've already struggled multiple times against Motherwell this season. They relied on a 97-minute winner to beat them at, was it Celtic Park or Fir Park last time? Anyway, I think Motherwell will get a point here. And I believe that Brendan Rodgers will be getting calls for his head come Sunday afternoon.
Carter Vickers, I believe, is returning for this game, but that doesn't really... I'm not going to pretend that Carter Vickers...
He's not had the great... I mean, he's not played much, but when he has played, he's not been that great. So.
Yeah, but Carter Vickers coming back doesn't change how shite they are going forward. So, I mean, I'm going to go with a Celtic win. I think they'll win. I think they'll win 2-1. I think they'll get a late goal. But would I be surprised if they got beaten? No. It'll be a tale of two halves. They'll dominate either half, but the other half they'll be shite.
And there you go, guys. You're going to go 2-0.
2-1.
2-1. I'm going
Celtic.
1-1, and that is it, guys, for the preview show. So we've gave our predictions. We'll see if they come true or not over the weekend. Like I said, got that game on Friday night, then all the action on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have the leftover game, but by no means is leftover in terms of no one cares, because a lot of people will care. Motherwell Celtic could be a game that decides the title. We'll catch you for that one. Looking forward to this. Should be a great weekend of Scottish football, and we'll catch you probably throughout the week, but we'll be back on Sunday night for the Scottish football review show. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time, and until then, peace.